Isaiah Thomas is back, but it could be a while before we see the real IT. I'm AJ Newharth-Koish, and this is Sports Pulse. Joining me is Sam Amick to break down the newest addition to the Cavs roster. All right, Sam, so obviously we can't expect Isaiah to come out and drop 30 on a nightly basis. You know, he's been out for 7 months, so obviously they'll bring him along slowly with minutes restrictions and resting him on back-to-backs and whatnot. But how long do you think it'll be before fans can see the player who finished 5th in the MVP race last season?
AJ, I think we need to give Isaiah some time here, at least a couple of weeks, if not longer, until you can start expecting to see that guy. When I talked to him somewhat recently about his comeback, he admits that there is a certain level of doubt, not that he can become the player that he was before yet again, but that physically he's just got to find the explosiveness. He's got to kind of reconvince himself that he is who he used to be physically. I think that is going to be a process. You mentioned that minutes restriction. I think that's going to be there for a little while at the beginning. Again, that's probably going to cost us the reunion game with him against Boston after he comes back against Portland. And it's going to be a slow process. But in the end, big picture, I think a major plus for the Cavs getting him on the floor finally.
Yeah, so the Cavs already have the 3rd best offense in the NBA in terms of rating, but obviously they've struggled on the defensive end, and that's a place where Isaiah doesn't exactly thrive. How do you think this team will look once he's back to playing regular, 30 or 35 minutes on a regular basis?
Bottom line for me, he fits in wonderfully because he makes them even better at what they already do incredibly well, which is score the ball. You're right. On defense, they are not going to get better. There's no reason to think that would be the case. And as a group collectively, they've got to find some answers. When it comes to the defense, they've slidden back from 22nd in the league last season in defensive rating to 28th this year. That will remain a problem. But on offense, you get a guy who last year took 9 3-pointers a game, stretches the floor yet again for a team that has no problem stretching the floor. And I also think this is major first and foremost when it comes to LeBron James and the workload that he has had this season. As great as LeBron has been, he needs help. And a guy like Isaiah comes in, and the minutes are going to get doled out a little bit differently. The offensive scoring load, the playmaking, all of those things become more of a shared thing. LeBron, AJ, is the only guy in the NBA this season in the top 10 in minutes per game who's above 30 years old. As great as he is at this advanced age in his career, I think he needs a little bit of a blow, and Isaiah can give him that.
Sam, great stuff as always, and be sure to stick with Sports Pulse for the rest of the NBA season.